Hey guys, and welcome to your 10th C# tutorial, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about the basics of writing your own class. Down here I've created my class calc. You can go ahead and pause it now and write your code so that I can explain this when you're done pausing it and writing your code. I've wrote it ahead of time so I don't have to waste time and have you watch me write code. I'm going to be explaining methods and classes a lot in the next couple tutorials. And I may stray off and do something else afterwards just so you don't get bored about talking about classes all the time. But making your own classes is the most important thing you can know and do in C++ or C#. Oh my gosh, I almost said Java and I said C++. Oh gosh, C#. Anyways, and it makes you more capable of being to control your program, and then you don't have to stick everything in the main method. Actually, when it comes to object-oriented programming and you have classes and such, you are never supposed to put any actual code other than method calls, etc., in your main method. And so we're going to have to start getting used to that so that you guys don't get in the habit of writing everything in the main method, because it makes it look really sloppy and it's not as organized and rather than just calling a bunch of methods. So let's go ahead and start, and I'll try to explain this best I can. So outside of your class program, but still inside of your namespace that I've called creating a class, because I just kind of name it based on what I'm going to do in the tutorial. You create your class calc. You can call it calc or calculator. It doesn't really matter. I just called it calc for short. And then write all these methods, the addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and then obviously do what it's supposed to do. I think my next tutorial is going to be specifically on the different types of methods and the keywords used in method headers and how they work and stuff. So you have here your calc is saying, okay, let's go to the calc class. Dot means it's going to look for a method. Dot addition, and look here, here's the addition class. It's even highlighted it for me. And then it's going to send in these parameters, your actual parameters. 5, 5 are your actual parameters, and then down here int num1 and int num2 are your formal parameters. Now, whenever you call a method that has parameters, it takes the first one before the comma, sends it to this one right here. Then it takes the second one after that comma and sends it down here. And your method doesn't have to have one or two parameters. It can have like 7 or 8. In fact, there are actually some methods that are built in that do contain 7 or 8 or 9 even parameters, and it's pretty nasty. But anyways, so you can have as many parameters as you need in your method, but don't put more parameters than it needs. So like, don't put 556, because then it's going to give you an error because you're trying to send in too many methods. See, it says no overload for method addition takes 3 parameters, which means that there's no other method called addition that has 3 parameters rather than just 2. So I actually need to delete this. Okay, and then it says calc.subtraction 7, 2, and again, your actual parameters are 7 and 2. It's going to send this 7 down here and this 2 down here to int num2. And then multiplications 5, 3, 5 goes to num1, 3 goes to num2, division 10 and 2, 10 goes to num1, 2 goes to num2. Now, if you're still kind of confused as to what I'm talking about these parameters and stuff, a good way to think about it is your parameters are like a football. The method call here that you're making is like the quarterback. And the quarterback is going to throw it to the wide receiver, and he's going to throw those parameters, and the wide receiver, which is right here, the wide receiver is going to catch it, and then he's going to take it and do stuff with it and go make a touchdown and stuff like that. And so let's go ahead and run this and see what happens. And I get 10 because, well, I can't actually see it, because 5 plus 5 is 10, 7 minus 2 is 5, 5 times 3 is 15, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. And now it's waiting for me to hit the enter button because of the console.read line. And there you go. That is the basics of making a class In the next tutorial, I'm going to be talking about methods a whole lot, because there's a lot you need to know about the different kinds of methods and what these keywords like public, static, and void mean, other than what I've already told you. And so I guess I'll see you next time.